Hi, it's Xavier. I've got my olives to sort out. I've got to get them ready for winter, probably put them to bed and decide what bits to cut off. If that's going to interest you, then I suggest you stay and watch and find out just what bits I do cut off. So welcome to my bonsai retreat. I'm going to get these inside quickly because up there it's dark, brooding and miserable, and none of us like that. So let's go indoors. Imagine this is going to be quite a nice one. Lovely shape. Okay, well I've managed to get it inside and substantially warmer now, which is always a good thing. But the reason why I need to do it, I think I said out there, but it's going to be freezing in another day or two. They can go down to colder weathers, and I mean I've had them in the garden over the last few years and they've been fine. I'll be honest, I tend to cold frame them. So I'm just going to basically clean up all the yucky, gunky grasses and mosses, get those all out of the way, and then we'll just have a little chat about which of these branches I'm going to remove, because I only want to keep a couple of them, and then we'll leave it alone and we'll look at it again next year. As you know, I went in a really hard prune right in the beginning of March, sometime around there. This one, unlike the others, has got an incredible root spread on it. You know, ideally your front is going to be this broad base, but truthfully a lot of those roots here may get removed and there might be a lot better underneath. With all these three, they're going to get heavily fed. Bran flakes probably, they do well for me. There is potentially going to be some inverse issues up there, but we'll see. One of the biggest issues I'm going to have with this for the front is some of these roots down here. You can see you've got this quite a big spread here, all fairly higher up, and I don't know what's down lower down, so we could end up losing these ones here. It's a great big knob here that needs to be carved back. This one here comes on, that one also, but I know there's a big knuckle underneath that. It's very difficult to establish a front, which makes it very difficult to know what to remove. I've got an idea of a front there, assuming that there's a root here that will get removed. We've got a lovely root base out this way, but again these top roots could also get removed. So until I know what's further down, it's difficult to establish. So I'm going to just try and grow this one up and keep everything in close for now, not really make a firm decision. I'm not sure about this branch here. Leaves are starting to curl off at the end. Normally indicates other bugs. I'm going to do some nice easy ones. This is the problem one. It comes from underneath here. It's actually aiding healing here, so I'm probably just going to wire that up. Not taken by that. If I think the main tree is going to come from here, I may even end up removing this great lump in here. So I'm going for it. Right, let's get rid of that. This one underneath, that's an easy removal. This is a great big heavy branch. I don't yet know whether that's going to be part of it. I'm not going to be adding wire or anything to that, so let's just shorten it. Now these are all going, to be honest, into their dormancy period. The problem I've got here is I don't know if you can see it, but just here it comes underneath and then rises up. It depends how it looks overall. I mean, it's quite chunky and hunky, so to speak, but it just depends how that looks. May well be the best thing to do is to let that branch grow out as well. So I'm just going to continue to grow this top section of 1, 2, 3, 4. Ideally I'm going to get something coming out lower here, but until I know where that root structure is going to be, I'm just going to let the rest of this go, keep cutting back, growing out, and see if I can get some branch ramification that way. The good thing about olive is they're pretty knobbly, gnarly old trees. This little one here, got a nice little bit of growth on it, nothing spectacular. What we can say is it's continuing to live, and this was cut back heavily as well. It's nice, but it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to make a decision straight away. Okay, so that's that one done. We'll keep that going. I want more flushes here. I want this to come out. Now the second one, again, if we look back, got a very heavy prune.
I mean, it's not as massive as any of the others. This one's definitely a lot more difficult because I'm already trying to think of branches I can save, and actually I may well be better off going almost right back to the trunk. I mean, that's leaning right in. Again, further than I thought I'd go. All cut pasted up. So the front, I think it's going to be in around there.
But if we look at it now, it's definitely put on a number of branches, which are absolutely vital for me taking this to the next stage. I don't need this down there. Already you can see the difference. I've marked where I think the front is, somewhere around there, because I like the movement here. I'll cut that one right back. Whether the initial line movement will go up there and around and then up that way, I'm going to let that one keep growing. And I've picked places where either side here you've got a spur coming off each, so we could get branches from there. Same thing, just shorten it back. The only thing we are looking at here is right here, there's this stub here, and I don't know if you can see, but here there's two little branches coming out, which means this one here is not needed anymore. So hopefully what we'll get is two branches out this way. We've got this one here, something here, goodness knows, and we've got this conglomeration here and this one here. So for now we'll leave it at that. The other reason to let this keep going on is because we've also got a lot of healing to do here, so this isn't going to get much thicker. So you know, I've got to be realistic and say this is the trunk thickness, so everything I build has got to be to scale of that. Still very happy with the way the olive experiment's going on. Again, a big thank you to Aussie Bonsai Bloke, and we are all, I'm sure, still thinking of you and your circumstances, and we'll move on to the next one. Now this third one I really had loads of hopes for. It was the one that had the best trunk line.
I'll give it a spin. Lots of growth. Okay, well, we're back to it. I've got all the cut paste on it, and if that grows as it should, I'm really impressed. It's got lovely movement in that. I'm sure Sam will just be laughing at this as a little starter tree.
Sometimes the tree doesn't agree with you. It basically has died all the way back. However, we've still got lots of stuff growing, and I did say if it didn't grow from here I might look at different sort of clump variations, stuff like that. So all I really need to do, just we go that one upright, and then we have a couple of coming around it. That could look quite effective. We'll get rid of all the smaller ones. So we've got two that are coming out of the main trunk here. So they're interesting. This one from that stump, this one from that. So we've got a bit of wire around it, and I'm just going to have a bit of fun bending these things. Got a nice little bit going there. So we'll just give it a quick spin. Obviously we're looking at the front there. And we'll see. Now if this branch continues to develop more upright, then potentially we could see this cutting off a lot more, doing some carving here, having the main tree coming up this way. But that will do for now. So I hope you've enjoyed my my little foray through the olives for the year. These are happily going to go into the cold frames, and we'll hopefully see them looking perky in the March, April time. Perky, now there's a word we don't hear a lot, I don't think, or do we? And just before I do actually take these down to the greenhouse, because that's where they're all going now, I wanted to remind you, in the next 10 days or so, maybe 2 weeks, the first part of the Tony Legacy Trees special is coming out. And on that I've got 3 trees I'm doing. I'll be doing the Scots Pine, I'll be looking at his bent trunk hawthorn with all the vet tape on it. And then we've also got Adam, who also got a couple of trees from Tony. So that's going to be the first part. If anyone else has got some pictures or some updates on trees that they got from Tony at his extravaganza or anywhere else, then please try and get them through to me in the next sort of 7 days if you can. expressionsbonsai@gmail.com. Adam has done a brilliant 5 or 6 minute video clip, quite humorous as well. In fact, it's funnier than me. Anyway, enough of that. If you can get that into me, just a heads up, and I'm hoping to get the first special out sometime in the sort of 24th, 25th of November. Anyway, from Xavier, having enjoyed some fun with olives, I'll say thanks for watching. If you like this, usual, big thumbs up, like. If you want notifications to know what's happening next, you know you've got to hit the ding ding bell, and share, subscribe, all the great stuff that I know you all secretly want to do. All the best, happy bonsai and God bless. Cheers.